Hey guys, and welcome back to another one. Now today we are going to take a look at the latest machine available from Beelink, which is the Beelink SEA right over here. And as a spoiler alert for the video, this is, in my opinion, of course, a machine with great potential, but it has some situations or issues that need to be addressed in the firmware level. Now, it's not very common to find boxes with an HDMI input and recording capabilities, and this is one of them. Now, that being said, let's go straight for the video. Hope that you guys enjoyed, and as always, I'll see you in a few seconds. And here we are with the Beelink SEA that features the Realtek 1295 SoC, 2GB of RAM and 16GB of flash storage with Android 6.0. And regarding our usual unboxing experience, once we open the package we will find a quick user guide, the power adapter, infrared remote control, HDMI cable and the Beelink SEA. And looking closer at it, at the front it has a LED with a clock, on the left hand side one USB 3.0, one USB 2.0 and a SD card slots. At the back, one HDMI in, HDMI out, Ethernet connection and power input jack. And finally, at the bottom, besides the 4 rubber feet and some vents, it also has a slot to take a 2.5-inch hard drive that may come in handy to store media like photos or videos. And turning it on, we will see a very well-known launcher, but as always on any machine we can install any other launcher and customize it the way that we want, as I always do in any of my machines. And regarding the online updates, at this moment the Beelink SEA is running the latest version, so I could not test any further regarding the online updates. And now moving to our usual benchmark so that you guys can compare with other machines, I would only like to point out that the disk speed test and the Wi-Fi and Ethernet speed tests are among the fastest machines that I've tested so far here on the channel. Now, the other benchmarks do tell us that this SoC, as we have seen before, it is equivalent to the AM Logic S905 in terms of raw performance. Now, regarding the remote control, my advice is always to get a wireless remote control to have a better experience possible, and I'll post a link right above with a remote comparison that might be helpful. And in terms of the TV experience, YouTube plays up to 1080 as a maximum resolution and Netflix up to SD quality or 480p resolution. And in terms of Kodi, this box comes with a customized version based on Kodi 16.1, and as you guys know, all my tests and real life usage is to consume media over my network, but in this particular case I couldn't, as it would refuse to connect either through NFS or Samba. As I always do, I also installed the latest version of Kodi and the same problem is present, so my tests here are playing the videos from the internal storage instead of the network, as I always do. Now the results, guys, are very simple. It plays every video format and codec that I use on my tests, including 8-bit and 10-bit videos, H.264 and H.265 codecs very smoothly. The only exception was with 4K 8-bit H.264, a Big Buck Bunny sample that was very choppy and to be honest, unplayable. The 1080 version was okay, but not the 4K version, as you guys can see on screen. So Beelink here needs to fix some firmware issues regarding Kodi so that we can take a better experience watching content. And in terms of gaming on the Android platform, it played great. I used Asphalt 8 Airborne, Respawnables and Real Racing 3, as you guys can see on screen, without any issues at all. And the Realtek SoC also proved again to be able to handle game streaming. As you guys can see on screen, the game that I'm playing is Gas Guzzlers, and it's being streamed from my computer over the network to the Android TV box, which in this particular case it's the Beelink SEA. Now it worked great. And finally, as always, I also tested AirPin Pro app to be able to stream content from my Mac to the box, but unfortunately it wasn't possible. I always received a connection error, so another firmware issue right over here. And finally, the Beelink SEA has HDMI input with recording capabilities, but beware that at this moment, if you guys have a device that outputs HDCP protected content like I do from my TV provider, then the Beelink SEA will not display the image. Usually capturing devices are not able to record HDPC content, but are able to playback, but here neither. So my solution was to find a workaround by using an HDMI splitter that will bypass the copyright content protection and will allow us to play back content from any HDMI source. So in conclusion, guys, things that I did like the most on the SEA were that it was capable of game streaming at 1080 with 60 frames per second, the disk speeds, Wi-Fi and Ethernet makes the SEA one of the fastest machines that I've used so far, and finally it has online updates. On the other hand, things that I did like the least, it has HDMI input, but it will not play back with any HDCP source. Kodi doesn't find any network shares. Kodi doesn't play 4K H.264 for 8-bit video smoothly, and finally the AirPlay on OS X will not work with the Beelink SEA. Nonetheless, all these issues are firmware related and hopefully will be fixed soon, and if they are, I will update the video as always right over here. And that is it. We have reached the end of another review, this time the Beelink SEA. Hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did so, don't forget that usual thumbs up. My name is Roberto George, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.